agents with just 47 days of training, sweeping through American cities, agents with barely over a month of training,
violently protesting, not protesting, but violently protesting undermines the morality that you say your cause is built upon. It's also dangerous. It's dangerous it's dangerous and it's stupid. It's 12-piece bucket of stupid.
Hey Patriots, welcome back to the channel. Let's jump straight in. You guys, I just stumbled on a clip that perfectly nails why this country feels like it's being run by a three-ring circus these days. Senator John Kennedy, the undisputed king of common sense smackdowns, is about to absolutely demolish Adam Schiff's latest dramatic performance. We all know the script by now. Schiff struts up, puts on his best I'm very serious face, and starts spinning the same old fairy tales. Trump turned America into a dystopian hellscape. ICE agents are just cosplaying stormtroopers. Border security is somehow the real crime. It's insulting as hell. It's completely fake. And honestly, we're all beyond sick of it. But then, John Kennedy grabs the mic, and when the senator from Louisiana starts talking, you better pay attention, because he drops the kind of raw, no-nonsense logic that makes these radical DC elites look like they're phoning it in from another planet. This is an epic, brutal takedown. Schiff has to sit there and eat every word. Live on camera. Let's roll the clip. Then we're breaking down exactly why Kennedy just delivered a masterclass in crushing these clowns. Watch this.
Trump and his administration have changed what it means to walk down the street in America. 374 days ago, an American citizen did not need to worry about carrying a passport or worry that they would be pinned to the ground for being unable to prove that their hometown was in fact the only home they have ever known. Agents with just 47 days of training, sweeping through American cities, agents with barely over a month of training, just 47 days. And why 47? Because it's a nod to the vanity of the 47th president rather than allocated to the need to be instructed on how to, say, use or avoid using deadly force. Agents with less training than a teenager getting their driver's license are now badgering, beating, and even killing Americans on our streets in the name of the president, while his chosen enforcers smugly walk through American cities, cosplaying their favorite uniforms from the 1930s and 1940s. I yield back.
I recognize the senator from Louisiana.
We all have to concede, we all should concede that the loss of life in Minneapolis was a tragedy, and I'm sorry it happened. Number two, this is the second thing that I know. You don't have to be Einstein's cousin. You don't have to be a senior at Caltech to know that illegal immigration is illegal. Duh. It's illegal. And those of us who believe that no one is above the law, we all say we believe that. I believe it. No one, those of us who say that no one is above the law have to concede that people in our country illegally are not above the law either. The law applies to them as well. Our immigration statutes are not second-tier laws. They matter just as much as the other statutes that have been passed by the elected members of Congress. And just like the other laws, the immigration laws have consequences and should have consequences if you violate them. Third and final point. You have the right to protest in America. Let me say that again. You have the right to protest in America. You do not have the right to protest violently. And in fact, violence, as you protest, undermines the morality of the thing that you're protesting over. Let me say that again. Violence, if you choose violence when you protest, that undermines the morality of the movement that you say your movement is based upon. You know who else understood that? Dr. King. King understood it. Gandhi understood it. Mandela understood it. Violently protesting, not protesting, but violently protesting undermines the morality that you say your cause is built upon. It's also dangerous. It's dangerous it's dangerous and it's stupid. It's 12-piece bucket of stupid. Because when you protest violently, when you interfere with a cop or an ICE officer, it's not going to end well. It's not. Under the best of circumstances, these officers are trying to enforce federal law. And the people with respect to whom they're trying to enforce federal law are in most cases, I'm not going to say all cases, but in most cases are criminals. Not criminals because they're here illegally, though that too is a violation of our law, but criminals because they have violated other laws, in many cases felonies. And those ICE officials, those cops are scared. They're scared. They're dealing with someone who could be armed, someone who could be dangerous. So you've got a powder keg. And when protesters choose to protest violently and harass those ICE officials and blow whistles in their ears and block their way and spit in their faces and curse them and curse their children, they're giving off sparks in a powder keg. And it's not going to end well in many cases. I'm sorry we're at this point. But I believe that our future can be better than our present, and certainly than our past.
Boom. Did you hear that line? A 12-piece bucket of stupid. God, I love this man. Let's be real, patriots. What we just saw was the stark difference between a guy rooted in reality and a guy who spent way too much time marinating in the CNN green room echo chamber. Adam Schiff is up there whining about cosplaying and 1930s uniforms. Really, Adam? Our border agents are out there every single day holding back a flood your party literally invited while you're obsessed with their fashion choices. That's not just clueless. It's a straight-up disgrace to law enforcement and every American who wants secure borders and safe communities. Then Kennedy steps in and slams the reset button on the entire conversation. Illegal immigration is illegal. Duh. How is that even remotely controversial in 2026? Because Schiff and the whole radical Sanders wing want to treat the law like a polite suggestion when it gets in the way of their open borders agenda. Kennedy called it out loud and clear. No one is above the law, not even the millions pouring across our border every year, breaking in and breaking the rules. But the absolute haymaker, his takedown of their so-called moral high ground. You can't claim to be the party of progress and compassion while your supporters are out burning down cities, spitting in cops' faces, and harassing ICE officers' kids. He name-dropped the real giants, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Mandela. Those were men of peace, true moral leaders. Now compare that to today's radical left, blowing whistles in agents' ears, doxing their families, screaming slurs. Kennedy nailed it. This stuff is dangerous. It's sparks flying in a powder keg, and it's flat out stupid. And don't forget what's exploding right now with Doge and Elon Musk pulling back the curtain. We're finally seeing where the money really went. USAID turned into a giant piggy bank for the DNC. While Schiff lectures us about training for border agents, they're busy laundering our tax dollars through NGO slush funds. Bottom line, John Kennedy isn't just ranting. He's speaking for every hardworking American who's tired of being lied to, gaslit, and robbed. He's speaking for the guy grinding 40 hours a week, watching his taxes fund a money laundering machine while the border stays wide open and fentanyl kills our kids. Schiff had zero comeback. He had to sit there and choke down the truth, and trust me, it tasted bitter. This is why we need way more John Kennedys and a hell of a lot fewer Adam Schiffs if we are ever going to get this country back on track. But I want to hear from you patriots right now. Was Kennedy's 12-piece bucket of stupid line the savage takedown of the year, or what? And do you think Schiff and his crew are finally starting to sweat bullets now that the NGO pipeline truth is blowing up in their faces? Drop it in the comments below. Let me know where you stand. Smash that like button if you're Team Kennedy and Team America first. Hit subscribe. Turn on notifications. We've got more epic owns, brutal truth bombs, and savage takedowns coming your way. Stay loud. Stay proud. I'll see you in the next one.